Hey guys, we're here live again today. This is Sunday, our evening live chat with myself and my friend Jerry. Jerry is to join us now. I think he's having a little technical issues. Okay, we'll just wait for him to come to join us. Okay, so today we are streaming live. We're here on LinkedIn, streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and I think Twitter. About 3 or 4 other social media in total. So whichever of the social media you join us today, we are happy to have you. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Per. Um, okay, yeah. So you can chat with us on, connect with us on any of the chat, and you get connected. And on this section, actually, from here, going forward, we are going to. So if you want to join, if you want to talk with us live, if you want to share screen with us, if you want to make a contribution, just let me know, and I'll send you the link, or I will just let you in. So we'll be talking about a couple of things today. And so if you want to join us, you want to talk with us, you want to join the conversation, so you just let me know, okay, and I will let you in. Okay, all right. So we will be talking about a couple of things today, and one of the things how we will start is talk about an idea generation. How do you, as an entrepreneur, how do you generate an idea as an entrepreneur, and also how do you test out the idea? Okay, so in case you are not an entrepreneur yet and you want to go into entrepreneurship, this is to let you know, okay, this is how you can generate an idea for you to start a side. Even it may be a side business, it may be just you have your main business, but you want to start something else by the side. This is to give you a tip on how to get started. For us here, it's just a chat. It's just like friends talking, and everyone listening. And if you want to also join us to have the chat, you can just join in, and we'll have fun together. So we're supposed to have Jerry. I'm waiting for Jerry. Jerry, where are you? Jerry, where are you? Jerry was supposed to be here live with me, but he's engaged somewhere, so he will join from his computer. So we are to have him join us. As we wait for him, let me just let him know that what's holding him. Okay. So as I said earlier, this is going to be an open discussion, and I want you to contribute. If you have something to say, just let me know. I'll hook you up. You get connected, and we share the screen, and we all just chat. Thank you, Per AB. Yeah. Thanks, bro. So we're going to get started in a bit. Okay, he said his system is just saying connecting. I don't know why he's doing that. Okay. All right, so I'll just get started without him. I think it's good. He's gonna join us. If he joins, good. If he doesn't, we just have our talk today alone. You know. So today we'll be talking about how to get and test your business idea. So how do you generate an idea if you have not started as a business person, and if you have started, you can also help us on this discussion. So how do you generate an idea as a business person, and how do you test out your idea? So how do you test out your business idea? And yeah, you have implemented that idea, or you have started giving back to it. So how do you know that what you're building, how do you test it out that what you're building is going to really take off, or if you're just gonna kill it? It's not every idea that come our way that we should implement. I've gotten hundreds of ideas, and a lot of them failed, and a few of them succeeded. So we have to really figure out how do we know that an idea, this particular idea we have now, is going to work or it's not going to work. So this is part of the things we're going to be talking about. We're having a rough start this evening, and my apologies for that. He is having issues logging in. Okay. Let's just wait for him to see if he can come in. It's fun, both of us are talking, So just give us a moment, please. One of the reason why we're doing this is I want to see, a place where we are all growing, where young people are taking opportunities and running businesses and starting something for themselves. We're not sitting down waiting for government to do things for us. We have huge potential in Africa, huge potential in Nigeria, and we cannot just sit down and say, oh, the government, you have to do this for us. No. And for the past few years now, we have seen young men start amazing businesses, amazing startups, amazing daily businesses, not just like a startup, and they're able to take it to the next level, because you have there is the mindset to get things done, that we have. And it's important that we all get into it early enough, and look for opportunities wherever we are, whatever location we find ourselves. There are things to do, there are opportunities that are lying just close to you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to just sit down and wait for maybe government to to do something for you, or just keep complaining about society, keep complaining about issues, or you're just going to look for a solution to those problems? There are problems lying around you, and I think it's important if you look around and see those problems and begin to solve them. And when you begin to do that, what happens is you are fulfilled as a person, and of course money finds you when you're solving a problem. Money does not just start running to you, but you have to start solving a problem for it to find you. So our life chart is just to help people to talk to you about startups, talk about business, and that will help each one of us grow and become better as a society as well. Okay, so I guess Jerry's not joining, and I will just go ahead. So we're going to look at a couple of things. So how do you get an idea? How do you get this idea, this light bulb? Always have this light bulb moments, right? And when they come, what do you do when they come? How do you know exactly what kind of idea that you're going to work on, which idea you're going to work on at a time. Are you just going to work on every idea that comes to your mind? No. I think one of the ways that you see and you begin to work on something or decide to go into business, one of them may just be from where you're working. Okay, so there are a couple of people are already. You're working in a particular company. You're working in a bank. You're working in in an oil firm. You're working in whatever company you're working at. So a lot of people start their business by seeing a loophole in where they're working at the moment. So they see that there is a need that they are solving. That need is not being solved properly, and probably they have maybe even talk to the boss and say, okay, can we solve this problem? How can we do this? How can we? And it's not really getting solved, right? So they look at it and say, okay, let me go on my own and start up this business. Let me go on my own and get it done. So it may come from the angle of being an industrial expert in your field. So you may just start building your business from that perspective, because you have been in that field, you have been doing that business for years, and suddenly you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm an expert here. I'm gonna go out on my own and I'm gonna start running this. So it's one way that you can do that. So, and that's one of the ways that people start businesses, right? And another way that people start business can actually, it can come from a place of passion, okay? It can come from a place where you say, hey, I am passionate enough to do this. I have this dream, I have this vision. There's this thing that's been bugging me. I want to do this. And when you have that passion, it just doesn't leave you alone. It's just there. It's just, you keep looking for solutions. How do I, a passion sometimes it can actually come from a place of complaint. So you're complaining about a particular thing over and over and again because you have seen, that this is not done properly. So you will always complain about it. So how can I do this? There's a problem here, there's a problem there, and a problem there. Don't just sit down and complain about it. So that may actually just be a business you may just start. So I flip it a bit and now say, and talk about from the angle of problem identification. So you look at your area, look at where you live, look at your environment, and you will see there are problems everywhere, correct? So you're not meant to solve all of them. If you want to solve all of those problems, it's not possible, you cannot. So you look at the problems all around you and figure out which one is calling out to you. So that's why I said, let me flip it. So you now go back a bit, you now see there is now the place of passion and, a place of, there's this burning desire in you to solve a particular problem. So how do you start a business? This is one of them. So problem identification, you look around you, you find problems, you find challenges, you find things going on, you find poverty spread around everywhere, you find, you find mobility issues, you find food delivery issues, you find, computer issues, which is like maybe engineer issues, you find, lending issues. There are businesses that have been started just by looking for a solution and finding a solution, seeing a problem and finding a solution to solve them. You look at the big companies in Nigeria, from Flutterwave, to Paystack, to lending companies and all those stuff, and banks, and all the companies you see today. They looked at a problem. There is a problem. They saw a problem and they look for a way to solve those problems. So within your area, within your household, within where you are, what problem what problem do you see? So do you see a problem and you just, you look away and just complain about them? You see a problem and you just say, you just keep complaining about those problems. If you are doing that, you may just be, skipping the problem that you'll be solving. Do you just say, yeah, there's there's a power issue. There's a power issue in your neighborhood, right? You can say, hey, so power is just too, high up there. It's government that can solve the problem. No, but I mean, it's one of the things that Jerry is solving. No, he's not here, but it's one of the things that Jerry is solving. Jerry is solving power problem. So creating solar panels, using IoT, to connect his panels and all those stuff. So power problem is a big problem in Nigeria. That is a $1 billion industry. That if someone can find a solution to power problem, you are touching life, you're making an impact, and you're making a huge money as well. Then let's look at different things. Okay, so for my business, Outreach, why I started Outreach. So a couple of years ago, I usually personally, try to do some community work. We help people, we, buy food and give to the less privileged, give money to the poor, buy food for the poor, and we just doing a whole lot of things. Over the years, I just figured out all these things, all this money were given to people buying food and all the stuff, and the people are still almost at the same place. So there is no really change. I can't really see much change, and I feel like this is really not. Yeah, I know it's great, right? It's great to help people eat food daily. It's great to do all the stuff, but so you have to find out, as I said before, you have to find out the place that really calls out to you. So I wanted to do more. I wanted to not just to give fish to people. I wanted to give you, give you a hook, or just give them a net, whatever. Like really do things by yourself, grow, multiply, not just keep receiving. So so we kept giving, and we're doing all the stuff. It's great, right? But at a time, I felt like it's hard time that we do something different. So we started just from doing lending at first, and the lending we're doing was wanted to multiply the money that we're giving to the people, so that even if I'm not there tomorrow, the enterprise, the social enterprise, can sustain itself. So you lend that money, you give people some money, then they use it for them. You see, they're growing. As they're paying back, we can use it and keep touching other people, and it started growing from there. We saw that we can actually do more. We can touch more lives. We can impact more people if we do this bigger. And that's how we started moving forward and iterating, and until we become a bank, and we begin to do stuff from a bigger perspective. So it just brings us to the same thing, which is problem identification. So you look at the problem that you're solving and figure out, okay, so how do I solve this problem en masse? Yes, it's a problem, but can you solve the problem en masse? Can you touch more people? Can you affect more people? How many persons can you help solve this problem? So the multiplication of the problem. Is it only you? Some people start their business by, okay, I have this problem. So if I have this problem, that means that a lot of other people have the same problem. I've spoken to a couple of people that started their businesses because I don't know which of them was it. I don't know which of them that started one of Nigerian companies started his business just by he's trying to make an online payment. It was a challenge making an online payment, and I figured out this can be better. I can actually build a solution to it. So if you listen to a couple of people, you see that just doing that, just by trying by yourself, right? There's a problem you have, and you look at it and say, how many persons have the same problem? Is it just only me, or are there other people with this problem? So when you look at it from that angle, it will also help you, to find more things, to find more challenges, and to solve them. So one of the things, I go to the next thing, which is to say, okay, now I have identified this problem. I'm able to have an idea, the light bulb moment, and I'm working on something. And how do I test it? How do I know that this is not just an idea that's just there on my head? There was this picture. I don't know if I'll be able to explain it. There's this picture. I don't know who put this picture online, and the person said an idea. When you just had an idea, he showed one, big, I think big bull or something, a big bull. He said, "Oh, my idea is so awesome." It's an illustration. Then he now did another one when you're executing the idea, and then showed one tiny, hungry looking bull. So when you had that idea, it's amazing. You say, oh, this is gonna be great, I'm gonna kill it doing it, I'm doing this. And by the time you begin to implement, you may actually see that this is actually not the way you think it's gonna be. You think that customers are gonna knock down your doors and push down your doors to sign up or to pay you, and by the time you begin to implement, you see that actually it's actually not so. The truth is, a lot of businesses today are that way. So you get into a business, you think that you're just going to push, you're going to blast, and by the time you begin to implement, and you see that it's not so. So how do you kill your idea fast? I'll use that word. So if this idea is not working, if this is a wrong idea, you should kill it fast. Two things. You have to know when to keep pushing and when to kill. There is when to kill your idea and move on, and there is when to keep pushing. But before you do that, that is where MVP comes in. So MVP is to say, okay, now I have this idea, right? And my idea is to build a school. So I want to build a school, let's say a training school, to train, let's say a university, or maybe a training school to train business people, to train a lot of, whatever you want to train, right? So how do you break it down from step 1, step 2, step 3? That is an MVP, or I call it starting lean. Okay, a lean process. How do you start lean to make sure that you don't spend so much time and so much money trying to execute? At the end of the day, you fail in this execution. How do you do that? So number one thing, I think, is, first of all, you have to find out what can you implement now. So you have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. What can you implement now? So you are supposed to go and rent an office. You're supposed to build a huge website, a mobile app. You're supposed to begin to go from school to school, talk to people, or on social media, talk to everyone to come and join your school. You want to train them, and what have you. What can you do now to get started? So you can just build only a website, or you may not even need to build a website. You can just use social media. You go to your Facebook page, you go to LinkedIn page, and start to reach out to people from there to know if you have an audience. There are many businesses today. I know some payment gateways that started today from WhatsApp. A lot of businesses today are running on WhatsApp. A lot of businesses are running on Instagram. You can start this from Instagram, I know, or from whatever social media you have access to begin to build your customer base. When you build your customer base from there, you figure out, okay, yeah, this is making sense, right? Maybe from there you begin to generate little revenue, and you figure, okay, let me just build an app. And what is a simplified version of the app you're going to build? You're not just going to build all the apps, which may take you 2 months, 3 months to build. You can just build a simplified version that will take you about maybe 3 weeks, 1 month to build. You launch it and begin to scale. If you do all those things and find that this is not working, and you know you're doing things right, it's a different thing, it's a different topic altogether. You know you're doing things right, and you try to push it forward and it's not working, instead of to keep spending money and burning money, you can just kill the idea and move on. Sometimes it's very difficult to talk about killing your idea, because it's an idea you love so much, you don't want to kill it. But sometimes you just have to kill. There's some ideas you must kill to move forward. So once you're done with this and you begin to generate revenue, little revenue, nothing really big, you may not even be generating revenue, but yeah, small revenue, maybe it may even be just sign-ups, maybe just people coming for your programs. It may be, your numbers are growing from 1 to 10, from 10 to 20 and all that. You start making sense. You feel like, okay, yeah, there is something here. So when you feel like there is something here, then you begin to give it life, you begin to push it forward, and before you know it, you may just be onto something huge. So this is not how we planned it today. We're supposed to really have chats and have fun talking, and I'm only wanting to talk today. Jerry couldn't join because of his internet or something. The next time we're going to be together, we're going to talk here together and break things down and talk about our startup, what we're doing and what we're building, and how we found product market fit, and how we're able to do what we're doing today. So that would be it for today. Sorry guys, I didn't expect it this way. I wanted us to have more fun doing this, and a couple of people were supposed to also invite on board to talk with us today. So we are going to do this again next week, and I think it's going to be better. This is our second episode, so if you're still not very hyper good, just bear with us, and we're just going to get better in time. So guys, whatever dream you have, whatever thing you have in your mind you want to build, don't be afraid to build it. Just go out there and start building it. Whatever it is that is in your mind, whatever solution, whatever problem you've identified and you've found the solution, or you think you've found a solution to solve those problems, go for it, start building it. The highest thing that can happen is that you fail. Failure is not final. If you fail, I call it failing forward. When you fail, you only learn a better way of doing things. So don't be afraid of failure, because if you don't move, if you don't do nothing, you still fail. So why not fail doing something? But I tell you this, you may just not fail. You may just be the next big thing that's going to happen. That's going to happen to our continent. That's going to happen, to yourself, your family, right? So whatever dream you have in your mind, just push it, guys. Go ahead to start executing it gradually. And remember, stay lean. Stay lean. Don't push so much. Don't put a lot of things together. It may just be difficult to deliver that way. Stay lean. Try to deliver quickly. And you know what? I'm gonna see you at the top. All right, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. See you next Sunday, or even before next Sunday. All right. Bye. Cheers.